some rest.
The biggest and most important duty that Luka has tonight is to be interviewed by Skin. Inside, and the first points of the game scored by Houston's Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah, almost 5 minutes later, somebody finally got one to go down.
5 shots for Houston, they made 1. 5 shots for Dallas, they've made none.
The next night you can't
Nobody can make one right now.
It is incredible.
3rd shot opportunity, runner good, no good, that is by Jalen Green. 4th shot opportunity is good by Şengün.
Get that dude off the glass, man.
Şengün finishes off a 3-point play.
You always say losing breeds losing, and winning changes your whole mindset as a young team.
Road win at Orlando, home win against Utah, their 2 wins. There's a drive, and Finney Smith puts the Mavericks on the board after missing their first 7 field goal attempts.
You see how he's grown as a player?
Green, Şengün, Usman Garuba, and Josh Christopher from the 2021 draft, and from 2022, Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason.
Everybody thought he was going to Orlando.
Yeah.
All the while, Orlando had their man.
Yes. 109 games with Houston over those 2 seasons, 19 points, nearly 10 boards a game.
Nice. I give him credit for that.
I think he said all the right things, too, every chance he's gotten, which I really...
Whether you mean him or not,
yeah.
at least you say, get real. Who doesn't want to be interested? Jimmy shooting too good.
He hadn't hit a whole lot of those, percentage-wise at least.
Smith.
Yeah.
Mark said it earlier, he's struggling.
Yeah, 21% in the last 7 games for Porter. And now here's Fred working off the bounce. He hit a 3 a moment ago, and now he scores on the post-up.
Young player, but excellent decision, recognizing he had a small line and got to a spot in the paint.
And he releases to get that extra lift on his shot.
That's why he puts it up with so much arc. It's a nice touch that time by Gordon.
Christian Wood is 14th in the league in 3-point shooting. The Thunder losing in overtime. And speaking of being at American Airlines Center, this is the American Airlines Center debut tonight for Facundo Campazzo. Campazzo's played in 3 games all on the road. This is the first time on the home 2 seasons with Denver. You just saw those numbers. Campazzo's had some great games against Houston. On January 1st, 2022, 22 points and 12 assists.
And he puts the ball where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, he's got a flair for making some really nice passes as Green rises. Jalen Green for the Rockets to score.
He has a flair for being able to jump right over the top of you.
31 years old from Cordoba, Argentina.
That's beautiful.
Looking for another assist to Hardaway, and that's 2 times that Campazzo and Hardaway have linked up for a 3-ball.
Instant rhythm.
Just shows you it's such a simple game.
Yes.
I think players make it hard, but
he's a scorer.
26 a game over the last 6 games. Mavericks run the floor. Hardaway's going here in the first quarter. Timothy Dwayne Hardaway with his 3rd 3, but Jalen Green stayed down to the other end of the floor. Yeah. It's not about how much you're taking, it's about how much you're making.
Yeah, we can take them in a little pickup run. Question becomes, can we make them, right?
Is that the difference in a 2-guard and an off-guard? The 2-guard is making smart.
Get close to you and bang you off.
Tari Eason fouled him. And Eason now has 2 fouls in the first quarter. Frank Ntilikina subbed in at the timeout.
Didn't want to see Frank out there.
Yeah, this is just his 2nd game. He was injured at the beginning of the year. Played in Washington. Oh, down the lane, easy basket for KJ Martin.
That's really nice that time. Martin.
Garuba to the cutting. KJ Martin in a basket-shaking dunk. And he's just been called for a technical for one of 2 things, either hanging on the rim or because his legs made contact with Powell's face. Here late with 1:10 left of the first quarter is an opportunity to go in front if they cash in on free throws and then the ensuing offensive possession.
Is that Kenyon Martin Sr. on the other side of the court?
Dallas's own Bryan Adams High School.
Adams High School, that's right.
I'll talk about high schools around here. Where'd you go to high school from?
Northwest High School, Justin, Texas.
Northwest.
Yes, between Fort Worth and Denton. Tari Eason last summer in the draft. Remember, at the start of the second quarter, Skin's going to be talking to Luka down on the Mavericks bench for a couple of minutes. As
A great guy. We were at dinner yesterday, but we miss him. I miss him so much, so hopefully soon we are together again.
Well, everybody would love that, but you have a great core this year. You guys are coming together. How do you think the team is coming together? And for Christian Wood going up against his old team, how is he fitting in with you guys?
Yeah, great. He's been great for us so far. He's just a great talent. You can trust him. You can give him the ball. He's going to do a lot of great things, and we're happy.
You always welcome shooting back. And Bertans, to your point, able to knock down his first basket.
right knee swelling has had him on the shelf since before preseason games started. He just 40% three-point shooter. And it's a catch and shoot. And Dinwiddie drills it, and this is a one-point game now.
Spencer.
Gordon had his second lowest scoring game of the year against first two of these three free throws. Hardaway caught inside by Powell. Smoothly done. Strain. Maxi Kleber out. Sustained a low back contusion in the first half of last night's game on that really hard, scary fall to the floor.
That was scary. I think Devin said his entire body was bruised.
Wood screens. Ntilikina, mid-range. And nice bounce for Frank.
Let's go, Frank.
Just died on the rim. And fell through for Frank. Ntilikina.
The lead for Şengün.
Porter's done that a couple of times now. Nice little leaves for
Ntilikina over to Dinwiddie. Bullet pass to Bullock. To a trailing Dorian Finney-Smith.
Nice
Finney-Smith to drive and kick. Dinwiddie organized to shoot it. It's off the iron. Jalen Green. Şengün had the rebound, but it's dug out by Wood.
Good hands.
And here's Wood running the fast break. Finds Finney-Smith. Bullseye!
That's 2 assists on the fast break he's had, finding three-point shooters off the dribble.
A bunch of turnovers. The Mavericks are a little bit better on the offensive glass here in the second quarter. There's a drive and fancy flip attempt by Jalen Green, and Tari Eason tips it home. And so an 11-0 Dallas run comes to a halt. Dinwiddie, did he ever? Usman Garuba, so he takes and makes the three.
Maybe somebody needs to be near him.
Yeah.
He's going to knock that one in.
That looked real pure.
You don't have to do.
Yep.
Just take your time. You have a huge advantage. Use that advantage.
And the small guys are trying to do something to even out the disadvantage that they're facing against Garuba.
Yeah.
Well, Houston has scored 7 in a row. They've responded to the Steven Silas timeout. Garuba has 5 of the 7 points.
Which is a plus for a young team.
A long play pass up the 3 off the iron. Rebound Kevin Porter Jr. Dallas had a 9-point lead, but it's about. The Rockets are 1-9. They have played a whole bunch of road games to start the year.
What?
Ball's out of bounds off Dallas. That's the call.
I don't.
Bounce pass to Jalen Green, and Green rising and slamming.
That's a little fall asleep defensively.
And Reese Greens for Dinwiddie. 1 of 9 in the first half. 1 of 10, I'm sorry, in the first half. But Dinwiddie getting to the basket, determined to find his way to the cup here in the third quarter after the outside shot was in the first half.
And that's what you do. A smart offensive player. The opportunity to score.
Slide
to the right and fire.
The Rockets came into the game shooting 40.
Got hot. Run by Wood. Nice rebound. And Hardaway Jr. was very necessary.
Yes.
Mavericks started to look a little bit discombobulated.
Smith shoots the gap on the drive, and Dallas goes in front on a drive. And
C open for Dorian to get an easy.
KJ Martin rolling. Back to Kevin Porter Jr. Finds a cutter. Tari Eason, and lays it in.
Where he's standing.
Both teams go to the free throw line a lot. Dallas 26 times a game. And Houston, weird things.
He was a reluctant shooter when he got to the league. And now just growing in all phases.
His 3 points just knocked down a 3. 67%. Just a little bit less than that going into the season.
I just think that's Timmy at his best. He shot it well.